All right, hey guys, congratulations! We made it to session 50.
Woohoo!
It's awesome. That's that's by now the third longest group I've ever been a part of. So huge accomplishment. And these other groups lasted for like 3+ years. So y'all are doing great. Uh, we're gonna get right into it. The rundown is gonna be very simple. Last time on Materia, the crew had been confronted and confounded by a common room that had furniture, books, silverware, statues, teal fire. What's this? And the group eventually were able to resolve that the fire would illuminate their path to travel upwards. Using this knowledge, they traveled from room to room to room to room, seemingly going to the same room over and over and over again, but something was different every single time. They encountered animated statues and suits of armor, where upon defeating it, they acquired an adamantine piece of full plate armor for their cleric, Grant. Then they went forward and went into one where there was silverware and table placings all over, and they managed to figure out the puzzle and skip the potential encounter in this room. And they continued to do this for multiple rooms. And then at the end of the ascension to the tower, as they understand it, um, the group took the approach of running through the stairs rather than proceeding cautiously, as the little pygmy creatures, humanoids, harassed them. At one point, Rock had incinerated multiple dozens of them with a fireball, um, as they were up high in the rafters, essentially, of the stairs. But as the group is rushing up the stairs, Rock riding on giant constrictor snake Calisaur's back, um, holding on with a rope made of silver and platinum threads, with the rest of the group rushing behind to stay within, cohesion, with enough torches to keep the lights so that the stairs do not fade below them. Uh, the group is running and running faster, as avoiding hopefully any dangers. And as they approach, this is the first time that the entry point to the room was different, where every other time getting into the room, it was just their path was blocked by a wall and a door, and that was the option. In this case, it was the stairs actually spiraled in, and the door was inside the central column itself. As the group goes and opens and jumps in through the door, they're met with a different room, a room that is similar in dimension and layout, essentially, as the common rooms that they have previously set foot in. Uh, Everything is missing from the room, though. However, there
Real
are
quick,
no.
quick
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Doesn't it seem is the column this big? Like, would it have been able to house a room this big, or does it seem like it's
No,
incredibly big?
yeah, incredibly big.
Okay,
Or maybe
Yeah,
we've become incredibly small.
it's
mm,
possible.
yeah, yeah. So yes, the yeah, it does not seem like the column would be this big. Because keep in mind, what this room is 150 feet across almost. If I
Right.
remember right, like
It was pretty
it's
big.
no, yeah, 125 feet, 130 feet across. No, the column was maybe 20 by 20, right? You guys have been running around stairs, wrapping around this column. So something's a little weird. But coming back, what is different about this room is that the ceiling is much lower, and it is smooth, as opposed to how previously it was rough stone, um, with chains and like orbs hanging from there. There are no tables, there are no chairs, there are no books, no suits of armor, no fireplace, and the other items of note from other rooms or from the other common rooms that you have been in. Inside is a singular door frame in the center of the room. And there are large windows that allow that same bluish, tealish light from the outside. There are two statues that are, as you see them, are carved from the wall. They are part of the structure here. One has both hands extended and has a book open in there amongst the arms, and the other one it has one of its hands extended outwards. Uh, this returning our focus back to the door, this lone central door, whose frame comes in contact all the way up to the ceiling, which is not that high. It's maybe 12 feet, maybe 15 feet, but more along the lines of 12 feet if you're eyeballing it more. There is a perpetual release of very fine gray fog that quickly disperses, probably not extending more than 10 feet out. The solitary door has detailings of in the metals that are akin to a maze. The door can easily, the door is easily much larger than really a typical door. It's a very large door, but it is a singular door in a large frame. Uh, Going on to any questions or anything like that for you guys?
Does it have any like handle? So the door is closed and the fog is like seeping in from around the door itself, or what?
Yeah, it's just like where you know how never a door is
The
never
door jamb.
perfectly tight. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
Okay.
there's wherever there's a little bit of gap, there's a very fine gray, foggy mist that comes
Is
from it.
there banding in the door at all, or is there handles? Anything else?
There are handles. Yep, there are almost certainly handles. You guys are free to move amongst the room.
Before we move around and say the group, okay, we don't we don't know much about this place. Um, let's not touch anything until we have come up with a plan, because maybe we stop it, maybe we make it worse, maybe we summon the evil necromancer, and since he's thousands of years old, he just kills all of us. Please, on this floor, we need to be super careful.
Uh, as you are kind of taking a moment in this room, your honestly the sound of heavy breathing, you know, fills your ears as you guys have been running up here, um, and it's very difficult to really, catch your breath. It seems like it was more of a run than you expected. It didn't necessarily feel like you traveled such a great distance, but perhaps it was a longer distance than you realized. And um, as you guys are looking around, listening to rock, there is the heavy sounds of impacts that tumult outside, of which sounds like large stones or boulders grinding up against each other, and that fills your ears. However, Allegretto and Calisor, because of your passive perceptions, um, as you're kind of observing the room and studying, you naturally tilt your heads upward, and you guys, in the ceiling, you see a network of channels and slits that also resemble something like a maze. Not strictly maze, but it has channels, pathways, stuff like that that run akin to each other. Uh, the channels run all over the ceiling, and then specifically there is one that runs towards the wall where the statue with the extended hand is, and goes, well, looks like it goes through the wall.
Did you say the door frame was to the ceiling, or it's just
Yes,
very
to the
tall?
ceiling, from what you can tell.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Calisor
gonna,
hisses.
I'm gonna crawl up to Calisor. I'll jump
Okay.
down beside Al. And I'm just gonna sit on the floor and start to ritual cast detect magic.
Sure. Is anyone else doing anything?
Actually, how long does
I'm gonna
wild
start
shape
trying
last?
to follow the lines.
For him,
It's 3 hours. Okay.
3 or 4 hours.
3
Yeah.
hours. Okay.
Nice.
All right. So what are you doing? Sorry, Allegretto?
I'm just gonna stare straight up as I walk and try and find out where it's going. I'll only look for. There's only one obstacle in the room, so I feel pretty safe not looking
Mhm.
forward.
So yeah, Al. So what you're seeing, and again, akin to a maze, not exactly a maze. It's not like there's nothing to figure out, but there are essentially almost like a network of rafters, and that maybe like are a little bit separated from the ceiling, and then there are also just channels and slits in the ceiling itself, and they run in different directions, bypassing each other, crisscrossing, and all that. Um, and you can, I mean, there's different ones. There's some thicker ones, some smaller ones. Some are into the stonework itself. Some are like pieces of metal, or appear to be metal. Anything?
I'd probably vaguely say it towards the group, like, guys, can you look at look at all this? So complicated. Gotta mean something, right? And just staring straight up, slowly walking in that direction.
Yeah, you're good.
Actually, so Calasor will lift Allegretto up to the ceiling if he wants, or kind of like put his head down as if he wants to like lift him up to the ceiling, because Calasor is probably tall enough to basically put him up there.
Mm.
If you want a closer look, that's all.
I think I know what you're asking.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically all you see
Kinda
is him kind of
slowly.
like put his head down as if like he can get on, like, come on.
So as you get up on Calsor's head, before he starts lifting you, can I have everyone make me a perception check? Al, because you're going to be raised up, you can do it at advantage.
Is that including me? I'm in kind of a ritual right now.
No, yeah, sorry, yeah. No, yes, but do yours at disadvantage if you don't mind. I'm just not going to take it away from you. All right.
14 total with disadvantage.
Okay. Marb, do you want me to tell you his bonuses, James, or you got it?
I got his character sheet up. He got a 19. I got a 14.
Okay.
See
So
everything. 26.
nice. So Davis, Al, and Grant. It's not so much that you see everything. As you guys are kind of taking in the room and starting to fan out, and Al, as you're starting to get lifted, before just when you're about 5 feet off, you this entire time, for over the course of a minute or so, 2 minutes or so, 3 minutes or so, you've heard maybe one or two of those tumultuous sounds of the stones just outside, just grinding up against each other. But the three of you hear extremely shallow breathing, just
Coming from what direction?
from above you, as best as you can. Grant, it is a lot. Like it's not just one. It is dozens and dozens potentially of sources of labored, shallow, and because you rolled the natural 20, it reminds you more of someone on their deathbed. But it's many entities, like it's that type of breathing. It's almost lifeless.
Grant probably he does that kind of whisper shout you people do sometimes. This doesn't
Stage
really
whisper?
work.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, hey! I think there's something up there.
Yeah, I hear it too.
Yeah. And as you're doing that, Calasor is starting to extend, his neck up, his vertebrae in his neck, and
No.
I'm gonna pat him a few times, be like, wait, slow down. What's
okay.
going on? I can
Very
barely
well.
hear it over Calasor.
I run up to, or not, to walk up to Cal slowly, try not to make a lot of noise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Grant, you're looking, and there's no visible source of this breathing. You see a ceiling. You see channels of some sort, slits. Some, because you rolled a natural 20. some of them actually resemble very much like those channels and slits that Calisor was so focused on along the
Oh, right.
stairway, and you actually at this point, all of you, because you're kind of working together, I'll give it. You see that there are a set of those channels and slits that do actually go to the door frame, which is all the way up in the ceiling, and then as you get closer to the door, you actually the central door, you do see that there are that strange dark, mostly dehydrated substance is actually running along the sides of the door frame as well. But
I would
running is an exaggeration. I don't really have a right term for it. It's barely
oozing.
moving. Yeah.
I would ask Marb if he sees anything with his see invisibility, like because he's still got those cloudy eyes, I assume, right? I mean, he still has the marker on him. That's why.
Yeah, he probably does. Let me read what exactly see invisibility does, because it might actually make it very obvious to him. Forgot that he had that running. See invisibility. You see invisible objects as if they were visible, and you can see through the exterior plane. Okay, cool. So yeah, he's, as far as what Marb sees, nothing out of the ordinary pops out or stands out. I guess I should ask. This is up to Calisor now. So Danny, up to you. How high do you think you got Al? So let's say the ceiling's 12 to 15 feet up.
I mean, he's
How
pretty
high
big, and Al's pretty
yeah.
light, so let's say like 8 to 10 feet.
Okay.
Pretty close.
All right, Al, did you start kind of, what are you doing up there? I should ask them.
I was crouching as we went up.
Mhm.
I want to say I'm kind of distracted by Grant right now. I want to make sure that like, am I gonna blow something up? Do I need
Okay.
to?
Perfect.
I'm actually gonna go ahead and ask him. Can I looky no touchy? Do I wait?
I'm not sure. I don't
Still
see
hear it.
anything up there. Just whatever the patterns. That's all I see up there. David aside, definitely heard something weird going on up there, though.
Yarcy doing anything? Rock, still continuing your cast, I'm assuming?
Continuing with my cast, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see what they're talking about.
All right. I mean, you hear what they're discussing, and you see a lower than normal ceiling.
Have we tried to open the door since we've gotten in here? The main door, not the door frame door, like the door we came in?
No.
Because it's shut behind us, I think, right?
Yeah,
Is that where we're hearing the crashing sounds from, coming on the other side of that door?
No, Grant. It's all around you. It sounds like.
Yeah, I would actually start heading over there and be like, hey, let's see if we have a way out of here, and I'll see if I can open the door.
Nope. As you go and you reach and you give it a pull, the door does not budge, and when you let go of the door, kind of instinctively, the door is like, it kind of like a mirage is over, and it turns into just another pane of the wall. So now it is just a wall in front of you.
Guys, I think we're stuck here for a bit.
What does it look like outside the windows, like from where I am? Can I see out one of them?
So yeah, unfortunately, like I don't, almost every other block is a window in this section. They do stretch all the way up to the ceiling, and as you're kind of looking out, you see that eerie blue teal light, and you see the little, well, not little, but you see the specters and the wisps and all that kind of swooshing on by, and you do see those large chunks of stone just orbiting and moving around where you are.
Wait, are the walls sloping upwards in this room, or are they straight up?
Straight up.
Can I?
It's just giant ass windows.
Yeah.
Can I hold the Hearthguard? So the Hearthguard, it's still got the green flame, I assume, right?
It does,
or green
yes.
glow.
Yep.
Can I mean, I'm pretty tall and it's pretty long, so I could probably get close to the ceiling with it, right? Like, can
Yeah,
I
it's about
hold
6
the?
feet. You're about 6 feet. 600,
Yeah.
So yeah, you can.
So I'd like to like just hold it up there, like see if I can, if it susses anything out, like by getting closer to it, like because you know we
Okay.
saw the steps with it before. Maybe there's like some invisible shit up there. So like I'm just gonna
Yeah.
get over by like Calsor and them and hold it up there, and be like, you guys see anything up there? Because I don't think Al has a torch, right? He doesn't have one of those torches.
No.
And
Well,
Calisaur's is like melded into his body, right?
At the time, right now, yes.
Right. So yeah, I want to give them some green torchlight up there.
Okay.
Does it-
probably not it now. Tell
Does
them go ahead and go up then, since
Yeah.
since we're all
I'll like
paying
hold it up.
attention.
Okay.
Like, is there any? Does this help?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's helping a
So
lot.
yeah, so Al, I have to give you a
Slow.
modern. I have to give you like a modern day example of what you're kind of seeing to give you like the best example that I can think of. It's almost like when you're in a warehouse that has automated like machinery and all that, and they have like a grid of channels and slits that machines can run along and work like in the warehouse, either stack things, work mechanically, all that. So that's kind of like the layout that you're seeing. You're seeing slits and grooves, but in this case, they're not in quadrants or in like a grid form. They kind of just go where they please, but everything does in a way stop at a 90-degree angle and turn, like it's 90-degree turns and all this up in this area. Some of it hangs lower and that it's like kind of extended down from the ceiling, while others are actually like carved into the ceiling itself. But other than that, what would you like to do?
Okay, so it's almost against the ceiling. Is it a?
Hmm.
Is it like one plane, or is it like a bunch of different layers? But it's kind of.
Now that you're up here and you can actually get a light and you can kind of like angle your head up and down and move it, like there's multiple layers. I guess since you're up there, I guess the closest thing you're doing is investigating. My assumption, unless if you're, so you can go ahead and give me an investigation check. We'll see if you get. I'll give you some bonuses for the light, but just let me know what you roll.
Ooh, nice.
Total 22,
Bonus
not
this.
20.
Mm. Not 20. Okay, cool. Sorry, I was actually on the wrong screen because I was looking at my notes. So yeah, natural 20, 22. Al, you at one point while you're being raised again, Calcer kind of extends his, raising you up.
Yep.
And he goes a little bit faster than you're ready, and you kind of instinctively reach out to kind of grab one of these metal, railings or something, and your hand passes right through it, and then you kind of lose yourself, and you put your hand up, and your other hand passes right through it.
Is any of that ceiling real?
Yeah.
Fucking necromancers.
So, and then eventually you just kind of get shifted up, and then the group, you see Al's head stucking through the ceiling, and you see a very slight, shimmer of a mirage, essentially. But yeah, Al, I guess before I go to Al, I should ask, what is everybody else doing as you kind of see? And I'll tell you what you see in a second, Al. I just want to see what everyone responds to.
Still doing my ritual.
Yep. I'm sorry, it takes a while.
It's fine. If I see anybody trying to actually touch something, I would yell out like, "No touch!"
Yeah, you may have not noticed this. I would kind of imagine that Rock, you're a little bit focused on the ritual.
Yeah,
and
it would have been pretty obvious.
It's
Yeah,
12 feet above your head.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't have seen. But yeah, just kind of in my vicinity, out of the corner of my eye. If I do see anybody try to touch something, I will.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it costs me some time on my ritual.
Technically, you saw me go for the door. I don't know if that changes anything.
No, the
Trying to
door
open
would
it.
have been fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So, one thing that I need to do, because it's something that Calisaur asked, while Calisaur, you were lifting Al up, you're in proximity to the door, and you're able to kind of observe the door.
Mm-hmm.
And Cal mentioned that he was extremely interested in that goo substance, and Cal rolled a natural 20, 25 nature check.
Oh, nice.
And
I will say, though, he does have disadvantage on all his checks. I forgot to do that on the perception.
Oh, don't. Oh, is he exhausted?
He is. I forgot to do it on both of our perceptions.
That's okay. Yeah.
Just pointing it out.
Yeah. We'll remember it from this. I forgot when he was doing this check too, so I'm gonna let it stand. I'm not gonna punish him now.
Yeah, for sure.
So, well,
It was more like if you had like a bunch of pre-rolled like rolls that you could just use too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Well, Ken will give this little the bonus. Justify the natural 20 in that he's in a snake form, and your tongue is flicking out, and you're smelling
Yeah.
just naturally, and it finally clicked in Calisor's head. Because the goo up here is of a more quote unquote fresher variety. It still has that strange funk to it, and aspects of it are just off. Like it's mutated, it's changed, it's weird. And then Calisor would have recalled the recent encounters that you had with the ghouls and the husks that were consuming the trolls. And Calisor, I wish you were here, but Calisor would have felt like a phantom pain of the fight, like all the bites and all the the damage that occurred to him. And that's when it kind of clicks in his mind that the weird goo is it's troll blood. It's 100% this is troll blood. And I guess Grant or
He has no way to communicate that though, right?
No, yeah.
Okay.
What he said is he would shift out, but you're currently got him off.
Right.
So
Yeah.
We gotta play with that. So
Poof,
Grant,
guys.
Oh shit!
What?
Yeah. Grant, Yarcy, anything while ritual's going on?
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, Yarcy, you see, you just see that Al's head essentially went through the ceiling, and there's a little bit of a ripple effect for a moment, but then it just seems to stabilize. Grant, anything for you, sir?
Back. What? Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. So Al, as you're up here, you know what? I actually do want to. No, I don't want to cause this. No, I do want to cause suspense. Okay, let's do this. A little bit of suspense.
I was in suspense as to whether or not he wanted to cause suspense.
Just getting a big bowl of rice. Sorry.
Ah.
Was this all still from Al's investigation role?
I think so, yeah. Rock, what are you casting? I forgot.
Detect
I
magic.
detect magic, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna run through the room and touch everything.
So you're like, guys, don't touch stuff. I want to touch it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Too late. Al's unraveling the mysteries of the roof.
Technically, he hasn't touched anything.
Yeah, really. I mean, if he passed right through it, he's not touching it.
Oh, is that what happened? I did not realize he was no longer in the room.
I mean, he's half in.
Nice.
Like, his head and shoulders, I think, are above the ceiling, essentially.
He comes back and he's just like chopped in half like Among Us.
So
Yeah.
watching Adam's.
Yeah, his gesticulations.
Rolling new characters the entire time on the other channel.
I don't know what's going on with those two, but the hand gestures, man.
Are you looking at their cameras?
Oh yeah, Adams. Yeah.
Weird. This is not playing from my.
Yeah, sometimes it
Yeah,
times out. You have to
refresh
reconnect.
it. Yeah, if you refresh.
You don't have to refresh the page. You can just do the little cog and then do what is it called? Reconnect to chat and update settings.
Oh, cool, even faster.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
All right, Al. Have fun.
Good to be back. Al is gonna immediately fall on his ass and start trying to crawl away and almost fall off a cow. Oh no, no! Try and slide down if I can, if he doesn't help me.
I mean, if you don't give him any indication of that you want down, like if you do, then sure. It depends on what you do.
Calisor's got a high enough.
Yeah, he's
insight.
pretty smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
At which point, I would assume he would probably then unbe shape, right? You think?
Sure. Let's see what Al says and then determine what
Okay.
Calisor does.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's gonna kind of speed walk in this direction. You're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What? The... He's gonna.
Yeah, I think that he would definitely. Then, here, let me.
I'll get the size right. You can get the.
It's Big Cow.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Al. All you.
I think he's gonna throw up in the corner.
Okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What happened? What'd you see up there, buddy? Is that where all the whispers were coming from?
It's it's breathing.
What is?
It's breathing.
Yeah. The breathing is not whispers. It's breathing. It's coming from
From what? What's breathing?
Is it slimy?
Big. Oh shit. There were trolls, but they're not. Oh
Are they like undead trolls or something?
no. Well, they're. I don't know if they're I don't know if they're dead. I don't know. If they're,
I don't know. Would Calisor chime in with his thing here, Adam? Maybe.
Sure. Yeah. So yeah, Calisor would convey to the group. Sorry. Yes, I was reading notes. Yes. Calisor would be trolls. He would essentially point out that the blood, the blood, the goo, the thing, it's troll blood, right? Al, that's what we're seeing.
It is. It is. They're just. Oh god. There's just like a farm.
Wait, is
There's
this?
so much blood.
Wait, is this like the pig farm with the? But like trolls now or something?
I. I mean, it's almost as fucking disturbing.
Is it time to?
They've
Is it time to
farmed
burn
up
this
there.
tower down?
They're like, I'm always up for burning this. So they're like, they weren't moving much. They're being, I don't know. They're all like nailed. Ah, shit. And then the channels, all the slits. It's like funneling the blood. It's just all a big funnel. I don't.
So this is all happening just above this, like, I guess it's a fake ceiling because we saw you go through it.
And there's an ass load of them.
Is there any way to climb this? Like, is there any like handholds or anything on this like door frame or door?
No, It's not
Wait, are
meant
you
to be
saying this
climbed.
is troll blood? And he points at the black stuff.
Calisaur will say, yeah, I think it is, and I think Al just confirmed that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So as far as climbing it, it's not intended to be climbed. But as you all get close to the door, you do very clearly see that the detailing, now that you're up close, is essentially of a maze. The metalworking on this door, while it is various different types of metals, it on the face of the door, on the other side of the door, it's like a maze. And now that you guys are all close, you do see that there are, because the door frame runs into the ceiling. Grant, you're looking up and you're seeing that like that is off. It doesn't make sense because it goes. The door frame is being consumed by the ceiling. Your stonemason background and all that would make it's off a little bit. And then all of you do see like there's that few slits and channels that have this very dark, funky, odored, tar-like, ooze-like blood. Yeah. And, mm-hmm.
So are we gonna try and climb up there?
Hey,
What
Birdman. Sorry, Marv, not you. Other Yarsi. Can you get up there and look?
I can try. I'll try to go up there.
Okay. No point in whispers at this point because Al kind of did it. So Yarsi, as you spread your wings out and fly, you kind of and you reach your hand and it passes right through the ceiling, and then you allow yourself to kind of continue flying, and all of you see just Yarsi, and it's a weird shimmer effect, kind of like a ripple of water, and then as he flies further upwards, you can tell me how high you wish to go. There's plenty of room up here.
Well, I will slowly go through to kind of get an idea of what's up there.
Gotcha.
And then once I'm in there, I will start just circling and working my way up, just trying to look at
Okay.
everything.
Perfect. So as you slowly allow like your head and like your shoulders to kind of crop through, and you're kind of flying in a little bit of an upward, but also like an outward motion, uh, traveling towards the center of the room. You are traveling through the ceiling and the illusion essentially of the ceiling, and you're seeing uh, there's a network of these metal rods and bars and channels and slits and everything, and there's like chains attached, just tied in and attached and looped in different places. And the way that I explained it to Al is that when you have something dangling upside down and it's just dangling freely, and then you kind of turn your head upside down and it looks like it's floating in a sense. It's kind of like that. So like physics is kind of wonky in this space. So there are dozens and dozens of trolls that are bound and chained, and all of them are upside down, being pulled upwards, as you see. And there's that eerie blue, teal green light everywhere around you. Around you, it's the walls and the glass continues for a ways, but it's almost as if like an eruption had occurred, and it's just the rest of it's just gone. It's just blown apart, and that's likely where these large boulders and stuff that are circulating and every once in a while grinding into each other occur. While you're in the light, the spectral creatures do not, or the apparitions that you saw, do not travel into the space per se. They're all around you on the outside, and they keep going beyond and upwards past you to this source of that light. And it's actually difficult to stare into. It's kind of like staring at the sun. uh, the trolls that are suspended and being like essentially pulled, all of them are, from your perspective, upside down, essentially crucified. They have dark metal rods through the forehead, their heads, in the wrist, and in all their other joints, and they are limp, not dead, because you see them breathing, you can hear them breathing, and you can see the slow trickle of blood on all of them, kind of running from their wounds to the chains to the channels and slits and grooves, and basically just being funneled. Uh, you can give me a perception check while you're up here if you wish.
While after he disappears through the ceiling, I want to yell and be like, "Hey, make sure you let us know if you see anything weird up there. I think you can hear us, right?"
You can hear them.
Yeah, yeah, I will. Whenever he talked to me, apparently that's when I decided to look around. I got an 8, so I got distracted.
Ah, sorry.
Okay. No, you're good. Yeah, that is what you're seeing. It is. I don't know. It is a weird sight.
Um, Guys, it looks like wherever the troll blood is going, this is its source. They're all hanging upside down, and they've got metal in their bodies, and it's dripping down that on the chains, and that's what we see going down.
And
They're alive, and I'm assuming because they're trolls and they regenerate, it's not going to kill them. So it's like an endless supply of blood for fueling something.
All right, because you've mentioned that, go ahead and give me an Arcana check at advantage.
21.
21. Okay, yeah. So you are very well aware that they are in a state of undying, not on death, but undying. You are correct. Their nature prevents them from dying, and in a weird, oi, um, it's a really weird twist of their natural anatomy versus their condition. It keeps them on the edge of death. And that amount of stress and continuous regeneration is leading to some sort of changes and warping in the blood that is being produced. And that stress is also manifesting as a source of energy, from what you understand. Uh, that's what you kind of get right now.
Okay, so I'll let them know that. And I'm like, well, if we want to stop the engine, we could kill them.
yeah. And I just look around the room like, "Yeah, of course. That's what we're here for, right, guys?"
I'll say
Yeah.
roughly at this point, Rock, I'll go ahead and say your detect magic is coming to a close on the casting.
Okay. I look around, starting with like these pillar things, and then kind of towards the fireplace.
All right, pillars, normal. The fireplace is actually just, like I said, a statue. The book itself gives off a faint magical aura. The room itself, well, the entire room, sorry, I should just show this. The entire room is magical, period. End of discussion. It's just degree of magic at this point. Uh, the doorway that closed, heavy abjuration magic. The doorway in front of you, magic. Not sure what kind. It's just a mix. Uh, the book on the statue on the map to the north of you, uh, the book appears magical. Um, Obviously, all the equipment that your friends are having are magical. The ceiling is magical, and it is an illusion for sure, 100%. Uh,
So seeing the ceiling and knowing it's illusion, does that mean I can see through it?
yeah, you can pierce the veil.
Okay. So I get to see all the fun stuff Al and Yarcy are seeing?
You can confirm what they're seeing. How, yeah. So you see the darkness that's being illuminated by the teal light. You see the chains. You see the troll suspended, crucified upside down.
The lines of power that we saw in the swamp that seem to be coming here, do I see those?
Oh, you're talking about to the Hag's Hut? No, something different.
No, that was different. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna tell the group everything that I see. That's like, hey guys, I confirm I can see through up there. And I'm gonna go to this book.
Okay.
What do I see when I'm at it?
So it's interesting. It is a stone book, but it's not as if it was carved stone. Um, it, it's easy. It's still, each page is there. The book itself is there. It's not part of the statue. It is like it's being held by the statue. Uh, you can't read anything off of it.
Because it's like there's no writing, or I don't understand it.
There's no writing.
There's no writing. Do I still have one of those torches on me? Do I not?
Sure. Yeah, you have a green light, so you have a
Yeah,
torch.
yeah. So if I move the torch over around it, does it illuminate any writing or anything, or is it just seems like a blank book?
Blank book.
And the magic that I'm detecting from it, just the book itself, kind of.
It is the book. It is the book. Yeah.
Anything about how it's being held up?
No, it's just being as if it's kind of being presented, and you can't tell because you can't read the writing if it's being presented to you to read it or as if the person is reading it. It's just kind of it's a book.
Okay, weird, but okay. These little pillar things.
Okay.
Anything interesting about them?
No, they just continue on further. Now that you see through the illusion, they just go up. And keep in mind, Rock, like the room, your visual of the room is that it goes, the ceiling probably goes about 50, 60 feet before it is shattered and broken. And then it just keeps going. And there's that source of light, that teal blue light.
I have a question for Calisaur, if I may.
Sure.
Would he know whether or not using Dispel Magic on the ceiling would make it, like, so that everybody could see through it?
Yeah, he's got a high enough understanding.
Would it?
Yeah.
Oh. So. Yeah,
So
I would say Calisaur could mention and be like, hey, yeah, I can dispel that illusion if you guys want.
I can as well.
Do you guys want me to go ahead and start killing these things?
I mean, I'd be afraid. I mean,
No touch. No touch.
All right.
Oh, I'm not.
he
gonna
doesn't have to
touch 'em.
touch. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he shoots from far.
Still, let's not do anything to anything until we think we know what we're doing.
If this is the
think
engine.
Think of all the places we've gone and with good intentions and bad things have happened. And now we're at a place where if bad things happen, it's bad things that like affect the world, maybe. And,
That's you guys, not me. I haven't made those mistakes.
We don't know that.
Oof.
That's what I say.
Oof. Real quick, anyone that is able to pierce the illusion, so Rock, Yarcy, and Al, because you've been through there, you can discern it. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
And you know I'm lying because I just rolled a 5 for my deception.
Sorry, I'm just bringing up one of
Shot
them.
on my eyes as I squint.
Yeah, I get you.
is this a 7 or a 1?
That's a bad
That's
sign.
hard to
Right?
read sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 7. So 11 total.
11. Okay.
It's
Al-
always a 7, Rock. It's never a 1.
Unless you want it to be a 1.
Yeah. What was your perception check, Yarcy?
Oh, sorry, I didn't roll it.
That's okay.
Do I need to roll from Marb as well?
No, he can't see through the illusion.
But I'm up here.
I know, but Marb's up there. Yarcy's not. I mean,
other
Yarcy's
way
up
around.
there. Marb is not. Yeah, sorry. So you can roll it for Yarcy, not for Marb.
Unless you grabbed him on the way up.
Yeah.
17.
17. Okay. Al and Yarcy. You see, I gotta find the actual reading of it. As the illusion has faded from your vision, you are able to see easily see now the motionless trolls hanging and suspended. Yarcy, disturbingly enough, you see one of those small pygmy-like creatures actually crawl up from somewhere onto one of the sides of the troll and just start gnawing at part of the ribs, as if for a meal. The troll does not twitch, does not react. It just sits there, or as I said, suspended there, breathing shallowly. Then you guys start to notice one more, another one, another one, another one. There are, for every troll possibly up there, there are many of these little pygmies. Al, you get the sense or the familiarity of bees attending a hive, bees turning nectar into something else. What do you do? No, you two, because you guys see it.
I just kind of muttered to the group like, The little shits eat flesh. Oh no. Oh no. And he's just kind of muttering things in a panic.
Wait,
like,
the little
how long
shits
have
are up
they
there
been there?
too?
That's
Little
gross.
shits are up there.
That is kind of horrifying.
Eating fucking rock and run troll flesh. What is it? Ah.
There's
Hate
no
this place.
stairs. I can't fly.
Mhm.
How
So,
how can we help?
so
Carry that
Calisor,
I can boost someone up there if they want.
is Grant or Calisor casting Dispel Magic?
Yeah, I'll throw one out.
Okay, so yeah, Grant, as you clutch, your holy symbol,
Come
a little queasy by the idea of what's happening up there. All of you feel that cool breeze kind of come, sourceless, come in. In Yarsa, even you feel it all the way from you are. And then all of you see this like ripple effect, and almost like the illusion is torn away. And all of you now are able to see this. And as you see it and the illusion kind of fades, Yarsi, you're up there. You certainly see that some of the little entities are aware of your presence, and then they're starting to call amongst themselves.
We better make a decision quick on what we're going to do because I think we're about to have a big fight with the shits.
Well, I mean, the good news is I don't think they're coming in or leaving because I think we're stuck here, right? The door closed. Unless they have ways of getting in and out.
Well, it looks like they crawled through some similar holes. I'll look around see if I see any of the holes at them.
It's a warren and a nest. So yeah, you see just somehow suspended in space. It's weird. Kind of like how there was a hole and then they seem to be able to travel through it, but you could not, or Davis could not. It's that same situation. Like where there is like a piece of broken wall, there's a hole where there's some metal slab that's being used to like reinforce the chains and spread them out. There's a hole, and they're just crawling out of those spaces. And I need everybody that's on the ground. So besides Yarsi, I need everybody to roll me a dexterity saving throw as things are starting to be thrown at you guys.
Do I get to dodge with the Hedonist Insight?
You could try, but they're showering the area. You
Okay.
can't really get out of the way.
Exhaustion doesn't affect saves, right?
No.
Okay.
Rock, did you delete yourself? I don't see you on the map.
Oh yeah, he was down here, but he's gone now.
All right. Wait.
Yeah, I moved myself down to the guys. I found where the magic is. If you move to this hand, you disappear.
He's back. It's stronger than ever.
But it's
Yeah,
weird.
back and bigger. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Nat 20. So,
All right,
you know.
that's funny. Oh wow, you guys are all saving very well. Jeez. So I think the only one that I'm seeing that didn't make it so far
It's
is
Davis.
Davis. Davis, you take. Yarsi, you're fine up in the air, so
That's Marb's roll because I
Marb.
couldn't get it to work right.
Okay. Marp still saves. So Davis, you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage. Everyone else, you take 7. As
I'll have to
stuff
track
quite-
Cal's health, I guess.
Oh yeah, here I'll track it for. Or actually, would you mind tracking? I trust you to track.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I guess James as well. Just on another source, just track it as best you can. I actually might. You guys might have access to editing their tokens.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
If you do, you could just put it in there. Whatever works.
Nat 20 doesn't mean I get to dodge everything entirely, ninja style.
Oh, it's a save. Oh, sorry.
Get that.
You still get bumped a bit.
Yeah, okay.
Concentration check to maintain detect magic.
Oh.
Hey.
10 plus something.
You're fine. Yeah, it just needs to be above 10. You're good. Yeah, so they are very much aware of you. Start just Yarsi, since you're not throwing up there stealthily, that misses you. That misses you. That misses you. Hey, that one might hit you.
I gotta just yell like, I don't know what to do yet, guys, but kill those things. Like that's not touch things we don't know, but kill those things.
Yarsi, you take 5 points of piercing damage as something from somewhere around you. It's such a crawling warren of a mess now that you've kind of rattled the beehive.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey Al.
Yeah.
You can make us a safe space, right?
I can. Is that gonna work here?
I hope so, because
Time to
we got to
find out.
figure this place out, and if we can have like not be pelted by things.
Yeah, if you can
When
do that, we can just
Darcy
shoot.
did it took a minute.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
It takes 10 minutes to cast, though, doesn't it?
Next round of saves, please. No, he's not going to do it ritually. He might just cast it.
Are we doing
Even-
Tiny Hut?
Uh,
Doesn't it take?
What
I
I
think it just
assume?
takes that long, doesn't it?
Oh, does it? I don't remember.
Non-ritual, it takes 1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute. Oh, okay.
Yeah. We need that, like, because I'm also hurting.
Same.
Next round of saves, please, as you guys are not moving or getting out of the way.
That's Marv.
I'll move to the
Uh-oh,
corner
he's
to-
going to kill me.
Not if he's dead.
A 0.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't roll very high. Those of you who passed, you take. I rolled really shitty. Those of you who passed, you take 7 points.
What's the cutoff?
Sorry. 13.
Okay.
Those of you who failed, you take 7 points. Those of you who passed, you take
3.
4 points. 3 points. 3 points. All right, Al, you're focusing on casting.
Wait, say that. Did you said those who?
7 or
Those
3.
Those who pass, 3. Those who fail, 7. Cutoff point is 13.
So you take 3.
I feel like that's backwards.
Is there anything I can hide
Yeah.
under?
Also, so he takes none because it's all reduced, right?
Yeah, it's all absorbed by his armor. It's not magical. Same with
Is there-
Grant.
Is there anything in the room I can hide under? I'm running around. I'm hurting.
Not really, honestly. It's kind of an exposed. Now that you see that the illusion is gone, you see that it's an open room. There's chains and slits. There are some places where you would imagine, just based off where some of the channel slits are and everything, that maybe it'd be harder for them to throw stuff at you or whatever. I guess part of the statue, the hand kind of extends out a
Yeah, I was gonna try and scale the fucking
little bit
statue and jump
more.
up there.
Sure.
Like I want to get up there. I'm fucking sick of this.
All right. So give me an athletics check,
Okay.
and then
This will be a
after this-
disadvantage because of exhaustion.
Sure.
That's still good. 19.
Okay. Yeah. So Davis, as you're climbing up there, next round of pelting, Davis, you're fine because you're
Okay.
not on the ground. Everyone, roll me another set of deck saves, please, except for Yarcy and Davis.
Right.
Rock, you will get half damage because you're kind of taking some cover. All right. So everyone that fails, you take 10 points of damage. Everyone that passes, you take 5 points of damage. Rock, you take half.
Calisaur at this point probably wants to shift because he's hurting. Okay, but that's so. Could he do Barkskin and then? Well, no, he would want to concentrate and shit. Hold on, give me a minute.
He can-
Sorry.
Yep. So I'll go to you real quick as you're climbing because no one, unless if anyone has any interruptions. Anyone doing
I
anything?
just wanted to ask, did my
Yeah.
rope recharge last time?
I trust you guys to track all that, honestly. Didn't you use it and then no one used it? Like,
We used it a floor down. I don't know
Yeah.
how many charges it has.
it only has one, so
Yeah.
yeah.
That's it.
Nope, just
Yeah.
one charge.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, so yeah. As this is happening,
But I do want to extend it up to try and set it up like a pole I can climb.
Sure, perfect. Yeah, you
Is
take
there-
it out. Mhm.
I yell out to Yarcy, is there like a platform or anything I can aim for up there?
Is there?
It's there's metal there's like rows of strips of metal and stone that are being used kind of as like anchor points for all the chains and everything.
And
I'll
I
let
pick
him
like a spot sort of near Yarcy, and I extend the rope like a pole. I'm gonna
Sure.
try to climb up, I
Sure,
guess.
sure, sure. So as you're doing this, Davis is climbing. Davis, roll me a D100. I want to see something.
Oh, sure. 46.
46. All right. As you're doing this, you're kind of climbing. Your foot gets on the book,
Nice.
and you move your foot, and the book moves with it, and it falls. And as it falls from the statue, it closes.
Whoops, sorry.
I said no
And-
touch.
I'm trying to get up there.
And then the realization of what has happened kicks in.
This thing come to life or something.
No. You'll see. Want to look at what it is. I wrote this out, and okay. So as the book closes, it drops the entirety of the illusion. Not only is the ceiling an illusion, but actually the floor, the room, everything around you shatters like glass. The door, at a brief moment, Rock, because you're there, you see the door with the hand that's extended. There's a door in that statue, and it starts to open. It is a brief visual as the walls, the floors, everything fades away, and your observation is as if it's now in a tunneled focus. You all get the sense that you are falling. You have that pit, where your stomach is going up to your throat. Yarsi, yourself included, even though you're flying, all of a sudden you just feel that this immense pull downwards. And it's taking you with everyone's being taken down with you. The floor gone, just darkness, and you are now all cascading, falling. Grant, Davis, Rock, you are actually just tumbling in this case, whilst the others are able to somehow, sustain themselves. Passive dexterity check. You feel that a tunnel. You fit. Your tunnel, your throats. You have your stomach in them. The vision is darkening and darkening. You fall faster and faster. The air rushes in your mouths, making it difficult to speak. Is there anything you guys wish to do as you are falling?
I'm floating.
You're casting feather fall on yourself?
No, I have a cape on.
Oh, right.
Ah, yeah.
That's smart. Thank you for
I'll
reminding me that.
flap my wings that I pretended to have.
And I
or not
I
have.
don't have feather fall, so.
Oh, okay. All right.
If Cal sees Yarsi like also falling, he wouldn't pop out his wings. But
Yeah.
okay.
Rock, as you kind of instinctively trust in your cape, it kind of whips out, and it seems to be trying to do what you want it to do, but you're being sucked. You're not falling. You realize that the effect is more of it pulling you down rather than you are falling down.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
shout that out to the group. This isn't a normal fall. Something that's pulling us in.
Everyone,
Thanks for that info.
Is there nothing to grab onto?
there is nothing. It's
shit.
darkness. Like you're seeing, and it's just you're in a tunnel of darkness, falling, and then again, Davis and Grant and Rock, you guys are tumbling like
Oh,
ass over a tea kettle, just like in space, not hitting anything, just going. Woof, woof.
I'm like trying to climb the. Okay, so the rope is staying completely straight next to me, so I'm like trying to grab onto it, but I'm just like spinning around it.
Yeah,
It's really odd.
Yes, yeah.
It's because it's
not,
straight up and down falling, and I'm just spinning around in air trying to grasp at it. And it's just like wiggling around a little bit as
I like
it's
it.
very strange.
Adam,
Yes.
can I use my wings to maneuver? I know I'm falling, but can I maneuver?
Yes, it's extremely difficult though.
I'm
So
going to try to get to the nearest person that's tumbling and right them so they're not going to be completely useless in case something happens, and I'm going to move on to the next one.
okay, I will say you're able to get who would be the closest. You were there. Davis would have been the one that's closest up because it was climbing. So you're able to will your way over, get to Davis, and do your best to right him. And it takes you a moment, and you're able to do that. And the sound of the whooshing air, and all of you can barely make out what Rock was saying as you guys fall and fall. And below you, at a point, there's a source of light. It's bright. It's getting bigger and bigger and lighter and bigger to the point of where you can't not look at it, and it's impossible to see into, and it's blinding, and it hurts. anyone else want to do anything at this point? Yarsi, you can get to the next person. It's-
That's what I'm going to keep
Okay.
doing, trying to get to them. And I'll use my hand to kind of shield my eyes so I can kind of see the best I can.
Okay. So Marb would have, he said, he just falls and braces himself for impact, trying to run, to tumble down. So, uh, essentially, as time, this is happening all very fast. So, 10, 5, 6 seconds later, you guys continue to fall, and you guys are enveloped by this light. And it's so bright that you instinctively close your eyes. A moment passes. That sensation of falling, being pulled, your stomach being, up in your throat, gone. The sound of whooshing air, gone.
The light's still there?
You open your eyes.
Yeah.
And you are standing. Come on, roll 20.
Would we have felt like we fell farther than the tower was tall from the outside?
You can give me what type of check would that be?
It's like a general
Physics.
wisdom, maybe? I don't
Yeah,
know.
a wisdom check. Yeah, you can give me a wisdom check. Oh man, these don't have the markers that you guys had. And it
It's
didn't
fine.
carry over Yarsi.
I don't know. I think I got out my abacus and calculated the fall and acceleration.
Go ahead and give me a wisdom check. We'll just see.
That's because you hate me.
I don't hate you. I don't know why it doesn't carry your token over when I grab it. All right, give me a second. Grabbing Yarsi. Coming back.
Hey, don't touch me there.
Yeah, I got you.
To make him a little, just the ever tiniest bit smaller, just as punishment?
Nope. I'd have to do.
No, I know, it's the scale. Like, it'll snap.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Grant's. Yeah, Grant, you guys fell a ways away. Possibly further than you guys had actually climbed. But that's if you were traditionally falling. It's kind of hard to judge.
Yeah.
Are we in the right spots, or should we place ourselves like about where we were in the other room? Or
No, this is you all kind of just emerge, standing. Sorry, I need to move you back real quick, Yarsi, before you move. Before everyone moves. You guys are standing there on your feet. You all open your eyes. Calisor and Marb both had the idea of instinctively tumbling, so they kind of get to their senses and tumble a little bit forward, stand up. And you are in another room. Let's make sure I'm not forgetting. You are in an entryway of a room whose dimensions are very similar to the many common rooms and the room that you had previously been inside. The ground around the walls and somewhat extending inwards towards the center of the room, there are numerous candles, so many that one honestly should not be bothered to count. While all the candles are in fact lit and providing dim light, it is otherwise dark in this room. You can see... What?
he just said I count the candles.
Good luck counting them all, but if you want to, you can be bothered. You can see some sort of object in the center of the room, and because Rock, you're kind of focusing on the candles, none of the candles are really melted. They are all on. They all are producing some form of heat and some small little bit of candlelight, but they're not melting.
I blow one out.
Actually, real quick, Adam. Calisor's shard, he rolled a 1 today, I think, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's magic saves. So.
Oh, it's magic saves. Okay, good.
Yeah. Saves against magic and spell like that. You blow, Rock, you kind of go to blow one out, and it doesn't blow out. It just kind of, the flame flickers and stands.
Hey,
The
you
fuck
said
you
don't
did no
touch anything?
touchy.
Well, we're in the room because people start touching things, so now I'm gonna touch things. I pour my canteen on it. So
I
water
touched
on it.
things because things were touching me, alright?
The last time I ever listened to a turtle.
You pour some water on it, and
Our turtle soup.
it continues to burn through. Rock, you have detect magic going on. The candles are magical.
Yeah. Okay. Magic candles. I don't want to know what happens when either of these all turn off or all go on. So
Why are you
over-
trying to pour water on it and turn it out?
Well, I suspect we don't want them all on.
So behind us does it appear there's like a door or something? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So interestingly enough, I didn't have it like on part of the map, but there is a dark tunnel
Behind us, like
behind you.
directly
Oh,
behind
so there's
us.
no door, just
Yeah.
an open tunnel.
Yeah, it's an open doorway essentially, but it's missing a door. It's like an archway,
Right, right.
and then it just kind of goes into a dark tunnel.
Does anyone still have a torch?
I mean, my
Uh,
my glaive is just fucking glowing.
I
So.
do. But I back away from the dark tunnel because it's scary.
Okay.
My
You're
period.
staying in the middle, Adam.
It's an object of some
Yeah,
sort.
I step up with Davis and poke my head into the tunnel if he sticks the glaive out.
I'll stick the glaive out and just like
It is a
take a peeky poo.
Yeah, so as you stick your head and the glaive through, it is a stone cut tunnel similar into the stone structure that is in this entirety of these rooms that you've been in. It extends far, and the light seems to be consumed by some sort of darkness in there. So you can't see as far as you wish, and even through your dark vision, it seems to pierce it or consume it.
I feel like
say bear light the way and put some light on my shield. Try to pierce it with my shield light.
The light extends about half as much as you would expect it.
I don't think that's a natural darkness, Davis. There's more magicking,
it's
spooky
really
shit
dark.
going on in that tunnel.
Yeah,
I can
Grant,
usually see in dark stuff like that. That is, oof.
You two can give me perception checks while you're.
Oh, God, we're not seeing the monster running up on us.
Why does everyone assume a monster? I'm
Oh
not that
god,
evil.
Oh,
disadvantage.
maybe because we're in an evil tunnel.
Why does it have to be an evil tunnel?
So the ceiling, like, do we see a ceiling at all? Like, cause we just,
Yeah, you
it
do.
seems like we fell through, and there's not like
So,
7 holes in
yeah.
the ceiling.
No, there is. It is a domed off ceiling, essentially, reaching probably about 30 or so feet up.
Fucking necromancer towers.
One perception.
So, what was your perception check, Davis? 8. Okay, Grant, you see with what light you have, there is a slit and a channel that runs down this tunnel into the darkness and all the way back to about the center of this room.
I guess he he points his shield, and angles it towards where he thinks the slit is. It's like, Davis, is that a slit? Is that troll blood all the way from the top?
I mean, top or who knows? Like, we fell, but did we fall? Who knows? Maybe we're higher up.
And I will
Yeah.
tell you this because you rolled
Wherever we
20.
were, where we are now. Yeah.
I'll tell you this: based off your 21, you can see, and you're squinting in that there is no blood in this one. It's more of a. It's a different. It's not a slit for that purpose potentially, possibly. It's wider. It seems to. It's larger.
Yeah, it just looks like a groove in the ceiling, but yeah.
No blood. Okay. Rock, you want to come over and, if you feel safe, come over and take a look at this, or maybe Al.
I know I'm not done with this weird room that we're in yet. Like, what
No,
the heck is
we're
this
not.
thing in the middle?
We should check
Okay,
it out.
so that's what I'm saying. So the weird thing in the middle, as y'all see and y'all go, in the center of the room, vaguely visible thanks to the candle light and the little bit of light that is radiating off of Grant's shield, there is an object that eyeballing it is roughly 10, has a 10-foot radius, or roughly about 20 feet in dimension. The object in the center of the room resembles an armory. I can post a picture if you guys need one.
Sure. I
with
actually don't know what you said.
Yeah, an armory. Armory. I don't even know if that's the right way to say it. It's a weird word for me.
I don't know that
I'm
one.
gonna post it in Discord. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Resembles this, but I'll give you the differences. Give me a sec, because the cats are killing each other at the same time. Resembles something like that.
Cool.
So, inspired by, not exactly. The object in the center of the room resembles an armory, with the center sphere looking to be made of a clear crystal or glass. surrounded by bands and rings of different metals, different thicknesses, different substances, and different distances from the central sphere. On some of the more thicker bands, there are substantial rings that house loops that indicate that a rope or a chain was once attached to this device. And I know that Calusor, I think, was going to investigate this thing, but I'll let you guys go. So, what are you guys doing? So,
Is it magical?
it is obviously magical. It is magical to the degree that Rock, you don't even need detect magic to sense it. All of you, as you look upon this item, just get the sense that this thing is magical. It is in a dormant state, and it is not sitting up straight. It is almost as if it was disregarded. It's kind of leaning there, like, as you can kind of imagine.
What school of magic?
Conjuration and evocation are the closest ones that I can think of. Yeah, let me make sure I told you the right one real quick. It's a good question. I don't want to lie to you. It's a very good
Liar.
Touch it, Rock.
It is, yeah. So evocation and conjuration.
I look at Davis and I say, "Don't touch this thing."
I'm way over here, man. Come on.
Well, you touch things in the other room.
Dude, I was getting stuff thrown at me. I'm not gonna stand there and get thrown at.
So, I know Marb said he walks up and investigates this thing. Does anyone
Yeah,
else
Cal
want to
too,
do?
for sure.
Yeah, I am as well. That's why I'm here. I'm just studying.
Okay. Your choice of Arcana or investigation. Or sorry.
Do I need to roll this one for Cal?
No, no.
Okay. Can he guide
we're going
himself?
with- He did.
Okay.
Alrighty. So you're good. I'm just making sure I'm not forgetting something.
Although it is at disadvantage again.
I know, but
Okay,
I forgot to do it.
Okay.
It's
Can I
not-
do?
I had
Can I do one thing
Tia
and then
roll
join
for
that?
me,
Ooh.
and she just rolled me a nat 20 for
Nice.
Arcana, so 30.
Jeez. Okay. Al, what were you saying?
Can I do one small thing where I'm standing and then join in the investigation?
Sure.
I want to look for like a rock or something and throw it at the ceiling. Not that rock, like a pebble. Not that. Never mind.
You're able to find some discarded, bit of wall or something, and you grab it and you toss it, and it dink, dink, just it's a solid ceiling.
Okay, I'm gonna look at it suspiciously as I walk over to the mechanism.
Yeah. So as you guys are investigating and trying to ascertain this device in the center of the room, I guess I need to move Marb over here. Marb and Cal will kind of fixate and focus on the bands, and they will notice that there are numerous of them. There are many bands and different, like I said, different thicknesses, different distance from the center of the sphere. And there are a number of those bands that have detailing and etching of channels and pathways that run up against each other and vaguely resemble, again, a maze. Rock, with your natural 20 for a 30 total Arcana, this is a old relic of some sort, something that you've never read about or heard about. As you're kind of looking at it and focusing and staring, you happen to pick up that the candlelight, that as you're like staring through the sphere and looking into it, that little bit of candlelight that's coming through, it refracts and is a beautiful display of light inside of this thing. But it's ever so subtle because the light source is so subtle. And now I need to drop you into a chat because, well, might as well give you some fun knowledge.
It's ghosts.
Totally ghosts.
Well, we have a dark tunnel over here.
So one out of character thing is that I do know that the equivalent of the Shadowfell in Materia is the unformed maze. I wonder if like this constant hinting of maze has something to do with that. And Shadowfell
We
tends to be
actually
like
got
undead
that.
and that stuff.
Or maybe it's like he's creating a portal to the afterlife or something.
That's a good call. I forgot about the maze.
Yeah. Well, I knew I was like, there's something we've heard maze before, and then I looked at my notes. I searched them, and sure enough, the unformed maze.
Unseen or unformed?
Unformed. Davis isn't smart enough to remember that, but everybody else would be.
It was from when I talked to Marb, right?
Let me look up when it was. It was literally 25 sessions ago.
It's a long time ago.
We were in the Hag's Hut.
Here's when you
Unformed.
had the stone.
I see. It's different.
You want to call it Blink Dagger? What's your thing called?
The Black Heartstone.
Black Heartstone.
Not
even close.
Yeah, it's like one of those quote unquote here between states is what he has, is what my notes say. So like the Feywild, the Ethereal Plane, and the Unformed Maze are the same, all kind of those things.
I was thinking of the maybe what Adam told me about was different. The unseen maze is like the afterlife. It's the trial or whatever that we're supposed to cross before we reincarnate.
Oh, that I don't remember. Right now, Adam's talking about how there's a monkey hanging from a tree, rocking back and forth, tumbling over and over, swinging from a vine.
No, he's plunging a really large toilet.
You and toilets. You asked me about toilets and plumbing in our campaign, and you asked about sewers and plumbing in this campaign.
It's an important part of society, man.
It's true, actually.
I mean,
It's one of those really big steps that you got to take when you're building a city. Plus, I think this part will be talking about. The thieves guilds and stuff are always in sewers and
Yeah.
fantasy setting. It's important. Or cultists are usually hanging out down there.
Yep.
Stuff like that. You gotta be
Shady
wary.
individuals.
Or it could be the true just rulers of the city hiding out down there from the evil, corrupt people that have taken over.
Nice.
it's just one of my favorites.
Makes me think of this one of these like better Twitch TV emotes.
Ooh.
It's like
Oh, the cat.
Cat Jam. That's Cat Jam. Makes me think of Gandalf Jam.
Cat jam. That's
I still don't use BTTV. I'm just like,
Missing out, man. I mean, some of them. Like a lot of them are garbage. Welcome back.
Yeah, sorry, that was a long one.
That's what she
Natural 20s.
said.
I cast Fireball and throw it at Davis.
Okay.
Wow.
Davis, there's nowhere for you to dodge.
What?
because-
I can totally dodge back into the tunnel. What the hell?
Yeah, he throws it on top of your head. There's
Yeah,
nowhere
that's
for you
true.
to
I
dodge.
can only move 15 feet.
Yeah, no. All right.
All right, guys, Necromancer's dead. We can move on.
Sweet.
Mm.
what? It's metal. What are you talking about?
Man, necromancy's pretty metal if you ask me.
I mean, yeah, but how does he? Do you read metal? What is this?
Yes,
I write
it
metal.
is.
Can you read it?
I still have my torch on me. I'm gonna like see how the light from my torch reacts, like waving it around this thing, and
Sure.
without saying anything, I'm just gonna I'm just like focused on this, ignoring
Yeah.
everybody right now.
Okay, so Marb, Cal, Al, and Rock. As you know, Rock grabs that heavy torch with the green flames and kind of moves it around. All of you see that the central orb, it is essentially grabbing the light and just magnifying it. And on the opposite side, so where Rock is, wherever the torch is, on the opposite side of it, it is 10 times, 20 times more bright. It's just. But in the center, you see infinite points of refraction, essentially, like concentrating this light and then shooting it out. It's so bright to the point that Grant, Davis, and Yarsi, y'all see this as you guys are kind of like looking in the tunnel and then looking back. It's just like obvious that there's a bright light source.
Does it look like the light we saw when we were quote unquote falling?
Similar,
Okay.
maybe. I mean, it was a white point of light, so
so it got brighter when Rock stuck his torch near it.
yes.
Rock, I thought you said no touchy. What the fuck?
Actually-
yeah, but this thing's just. This is. I feel. This thing's important.
Cal
Right
might pull out the Chaos Shard and see if it does anything at this point.
Yeah.
Just for funsies.
It is the Chaos Shard is basically spinning like a helicopter propeller in his hand.
Sick.
Dude.
Adam,
It's like the best fidget spinner ever.
Yeah. Yes, Yarsi.
first off, can I see down the hallway with my double sight?
Yes, but still not as far as you were expecting.
Second, I want to fly up to the ceiling. You said it was a dome,
Mhm.
and I want to see if there's an attachment point that used to be attached to that globe down below.
Yes. So as you're flying up, at the end of where the channel is, which is essentially like the center point right around here, 30 feet up, and you kind of like are flying, and you guys see RC kind of circling and looking where there is a loop, a couple of sets of loops that are attached to like the exterior, more sturdy bands on this armory. We'll just call it the relic on this relic. There are two of these basically
Anchor point type thing.
anchor points, and it's basically like a groove, and you can move these anchor points. So if you can somehow attach this to that, you could possibly move it.
Okay, I will let them know that there is an anchor point up here for that globe.
I mean, we could lift it
Does
up.
Does the gold, platinum, whatever the rope of many threads, would that reach?
About, yeah.
Oh, we have
See if
regular rope.
We can, because I have seen the points too, so I'll attach it on my end, and I'll hey Yarsi, can you try and see if you can get this to attach above?
Yeah, but Adam, does it look like there was a device between it, or this was actually anchored to those points at the top?
Most likely there was some sort of device between it, based off of just how the loops are similar. You know.
Okay. So yeah, I'll if it's ropes long enough, I'll fly up, put it through the loops, and bring it back down, and hand the rope to Davis because I know he's the strongest.
Damn right.
So unfortunately, in that case, the loops, yeah, you're able to tie it. You're able to do like you're able to tie it onto the device, and you're able to fly up. But there's not that much extra rope because I believe the rope was only about 40 feet or so, and counting for tying it and counting for having to loop it.
Yeah, I have another 50 feet. I could just tie onto that.
Yep, sure. So you can hand it to Yarcy and
Yep.
tie it. Okay.
Let me make sure I do. Yeah, I have 50
But
feet of
then,
rope.
but that won't work because the knot won't go through the loop, will it? Up top.
It's probably big enough. I can make a pretty tiny knot. That's good.
You can give me a mariner's check. Survival.
With proficiency, I assume.
Yes.
Okay. But still at fucking disadvantage.
You have a feature that you're forgetting about.
Oh, that's true. Also, if anybody wants to, guide me, you could totally
Yeah,
guide
I'll
me in
give
this.
you
I am.
This is the
boards,
last.
knots.
By the way, remember, this is session 50. This is the last session that I'll remind you about features and
Yeah.
abilities you'll have.
Oh, I thought it was like this was no longer happening.
Oh, no. This after this session.
Yeah, so I'll just see if I need to use it or not. So I am guided.
Yeah.
You're guided,
Okay.
yeah.
The disadvantage wasn't too bad. Plus a d4. Oh, that's actually just 18. I'll just do that. I don't need to use my feature.
Okay. Yeah. So Davis is able to, after a few attempts, figure out a knot that is tight enough and strong enough and small enough where you can actually get.
Yeah, it's like it loops a couple of times over the rope, so it's like a lower profile, but it's like it makes it longer. Like I have to use another 1.5 foot of rope to get the knot, but it's tight, but it's not high pro. It's not a big thick knot.
No.
Again,
And-
you probably use a Bozeman knot.
Sure.
So with the Bozeman knot, you're able to, and you have one set of rope and string, or I guess ropes attached, but there's another ring on the other side of this as well. I mean, you could try using it with one, but because you see that there are two of these,
If we want to
guide
really
tracks.
suspend it, we would want to loop from this end up through both and then tie it back to this end. Or we could at least run it through this end and then, hoist it up and then tie it off at some point.
If you guys have the rope.
I mean, I'm sure we all have like 50 feet of rope, to be honest.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Don't we have an unlimited rope thingy?
No,
No.
It's not. It's not unlimited.
No, you
it's
can just cut it and
magical.
reform it. Yeah.
Oh,
It's a repairing rope.
It's still the same 60 feet, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you guys
Worst-
want. So if we had like 140 feet of rope, though, I think that would be fine. Like, so if we did,
Yeah.
if we do it another one, I can tie another knot.
Okay. So yes, you guys are able to,
Okay.
with some time, gathering each other's ropes, doing that. Davis, you're fairly confident in the strength of, the knots. You guys have fairly, proven adventurers, hemp rope and all that. So hopefully it'll hold. Mhm.
Since we have a little bit, Marb may need some healing. He is down below half.
That's true. So's
I
Cal.
mean, I'm down to a third. Actually,
Oh shit! It didn't carry over Cal's health, but I think I remember what it was.
Here, I can look for it.
I'm gonna, yeah. Can
Or
we,
if you want, I can go ahead and do the tiny hut and we can take an 8 hour or a long rest.
That'd be spooky to do it in here.
22, Davis.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, cool. That's
Yeah.
right.
I think, from what I can tell from this, this relic here.
Actually, hold on, real quick. We can do our little 10-minute respite and get rid of this fucking exhaustion for half of us. And we can heal.
Oh, you have that up today?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Or at least according to my character sheet, I don't remember having used
That's
it
fine.
in a while. So.
That's
Before we decide.
Oh no, wait, no, I do. I didn't. I've used it. Sorry, never mind. We don't have that.
Yeah, we use it on floor 2.
We did. In when we were messing with the rope. I was looking at my relentless endurance, not respite.
gotcha.
So before we decide what we're gonna do, this thing, which I haven't quite figured out yet, but and I'm just waving my torch around, I'm just seeing how it reacts.
Yeah.
It definitely reacts to light. I think this can guide us through our dark, spooky place. But this is going to maybe possibly give us access or bring things to us. I'm not sure. if we can cross over to the maze, or things will come over, or I'm just not even totally sure. But it's using this and continuing forward is going to be some serious nasty business. Um, and I think we need to be fully prepared. And
Yeah.
if we were to go right now and we have a fight, I'm just gonna have to hide in my shell because I'm hurting. Those curtains did a number on me. That's a very weird thing to say.
That is a weird thing to say.
That is a weird thing to say.
So like we need to. I think I can get this thing working, and I think I know where we need to go. But that's it. Like we might be going into. I don't know. It's gonna get nasty.
Marb will pipe up and be like, "We have one entry point. We could maybe try to hunker down. I mean, I don't think anything
Yeah.
can really. And he's gonna start just kind of patrolling the room at like the edge of the candles, and he's just, as best as Barb could tell, there's no gnaw holes in here. There's nothing akin to windows or doors. The only light source in here is the torches that y'all are carrying, Grant's shield, the candles.
How big is this doorway?
30-ish, 25-ish.
Oh, okay. So we couldn't dome across it. Actually, if it's only 30 across, you could, right?
Well,
no,
also
the dome's only 20 feet across, I think. So never mind.
Also, we have two people who can cast that spell. We could make two, and then we can kind of like split our people up into like different, like that way if something does ambush us, we got two safe zones. I don't know if that
Or we
makes
could
sense.
just. I mean, the one person could always cast one from within one, right? Potentially.
Well, my thing is, guys, remember they can't pass through unless we let them. I can put it right across the entryway because it's 10 foot across, and nothing can come into the room.
The entryway is 30 feet across, he said.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
I was just looking at 2 blocks, so.
Yeah, the blocks are roughly 10 feet each, if I remember right. Yeah, so it's about 25 feet across.
Okay.
I just feel like where we are, like I think we definitely need one there, but I personally don't want to sleep in a doorway that goes to spooky darkness.
I can make it to where you can't see what's on the other side.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
But Adam, I want to try something. I'm going to grab one of the candles and walk into the hallway with it.
Okay, you grab one of the candles, you walk in, and the light is consumed by the darkness.
So it's still lit. It's just it doesn't really shine much.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like it's an eerie thing. Like Yarsi, especially with the type of vision that you have, you see the flame. Like it's there. It's
like a black flame. I can see the outline.
Exactly. Yeah.
Light.
Yeah, you can see your hand. You can see and then as you're kind of looking out, you don't see nearly as far as you are so accustomed to seeing in the darkness. You're just like.
And I call out to RC. You all right in there?
Fuck you, tower. Fuck you, tower.
So, guess you're doing all right.
Are we camping out? What?
Yeah, I'm pretty beat.
I think we have to. Otherwise,
definitely need to.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, ritual cast mine.
Sure.
I'm gonna scour the room. My detect magic is still on, I think. Maybe.
Nope. It would have faded by now.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna scour the room just to make sure there's nothing at all we're missing that's weird, out of place, spooky.
Sure. You can give me an investigation check as you walk around the room, doing your best to ascertain. I will say, I will give something the hint. As Calsor is walking around, Hans is not giving him any itches or scratches.
Oh, okay. Which I can't control Hans, by the way, but that's okay.
Do I need to?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
6. Oh wait, and do you say investigation?
Investigation.
Oh, 19 total.
19. You are fairly confident that in this room, especially based off the the neglected nature of it, like this device in itself has been here for a long time. The candles have been here. It's hard to tell, but they're like of an older kind of design in a sense. You don't really see this type of shape of candle too much. It's more of like short stubbies rather than like the nice long elegant ones that you see now as you've been kind of traveling. Um, there's layers of dust in here. There's there's all signs of that this room hasn't been accessed in a while. So and nothing stands out as like trapdoor or there's no writings on the walls. There's no raised or lowered tiles. It's just a domed room with an obnoxious amount of candles in it.
Okay. Yeah, let's have a nap.
And of course, what's like, it's probably like not even the afternoon yet or something.
It is based off the morning, traveling, running. It's probably early afternoon.
So we're like turning in super early, basically.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to get much. I mean, I haven't taken that much damage, so I don't have to go to sleep. It is weird though because we haven't been through a full day yet.
I mean, we got started really early. Was the thing. Like we got started at like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
Got up in the middle of the night to start exploring.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like we've probably been going for like 8 to 10 hours, if not maybe a little more. I don't know, maybe not that long.
8 is pushing it. You guys have been going for quite a bit though. Definitely, it's been essentially non-stop though.
Yeah.
I've got no problem exploring down the tunnel a little ways because we know we can always come back here.
You know what might be good though is if we have the hut as like a retreat option. So maybe Al makes his hut in the doorway, and then since you're a little bit more mobile and can see pretty well, I think we go, and then Al stays here while we have an option to come running back in case something nasty comes.
I'm all right with that. We can have a couple of people stay back and the rest of us go out.
So we want to tie up the ropes around our waists as we go into the tunnel.
Like drag our corpses back just in case. I don't think we have that much rope. We have 140 feet of it sitting on this fucking thing in the middle of the room now.
That's right. Never mind.
I don't think there's much to be gained going ahead in the dark, really splitting ourselves up. Like you're either gonna find something that might kill you, or you'll find something that we can all just that's gonna be there.
Find more of those little shits.
Or yeah, find more of those. I guess if you want to kill some of them, that'd be nice. I'm gonna stay and study this thing because I still don't quite know how to make it work.
Yeah.
Maybe like Alisaur or someone wants to help.
Yeah, he probably would because he's beaten.
Interesting enough, Marb is affixed to this device as well.
All right, cool. So we got
I don't think Marv would go anyway because he's hurting pretty bad.
Yeah.
So as Cal,
Davis, Yancy, or Yarcy, if you two want to explore the tunnel, I'll patch up Marv and keep watch over here.
I was thinking Calisaur could actually heal himself a little bit, and he might.
Y'all let me know how you're disseminating spell slots, especially for Marb and Calisaur, and I'll mark them off.
You know what, Calisaur, since he's down so much, and he's got all his level 3 slots, let's just use it level 3 cure wounds.
Okay.
I'll roll it in here.
You know what?
Just level 2 cure wounds on Marb then.
Damn, nice.
Just to be safe, since everybody's
nice.
Cast a level 3 cure wounds on myself as well.
Okay, cool. Y'all are able to do that. The magic takes. So
I guess Marv will do a level 2 cure wounds.
okay, go ahead and roll that for him. That should be all of his second level spell slots. Yep. Okay.
And you marked off Cal's, you said?
Good lord, I'm killing Marv over here.
That is pretty low.
That's okay. You got the same total as I got out of it.
That is the fourth one I've rolling for Marv.
Yeah, well, it
I used up all the good d6s. Sorry.
yeah. So I tried to track their HPs in the little tokens for now.
Half my 66 were ones.
So
Hey, same with the RC or Marb, I guess.
I want to let Davis and Yarcy know that I'm gonna ritual cast my hut at the doorway,
okay.
and then for them not to take off before I'm done.
Yeah,
I want
that's
to give them each inspiration.
Oh,
Sure. Nice. So yeah, you guys get 10 minutes of just prepping and that, and as Marb, Rock, and Calsor are kind of sitting around the relic, Marb will pipe up to the two of you guys and say that Rock, you mentioned the that unformed maze, right? And I think Grant said that spooky place no person has ever gone to that wasn't dead. Is that? Are we talking about the same spooky place?
So the unformed maze. Well, in the stories is where we go after we, pass on. It's where our spirit goes, at least.
Yeah, and Grant, you would know that it's where the spirit goes to navigate the maze to see where it ends up in the afterlife, depending on how it travels. Well, so are you saying that this thing opened the door, this thing, and he's kind of like he completely absentmindedly, not even like thinking about what you said. He kind of grabs one of the rings and kind of moves it and lines it up with another one of the rings, and you can kind of see that there's that maze like pattern on certain rings. It's like this thing is part of the door. Is that what we're getting at, Rock?
Yeah, exactly. I think this will get us through a doorway. This is our access. We just got to figure out where to take it.
do we want to go through there?
I don't know. I don't know if we're going through or if this means we're bringing something back, and if we bring
Yeah,
something
maybe
back,
that's the idea. Is they get somebody to open it for them. Who knows?
I don't know what else to do with this thing then, because we cannot. This thing's ancient. It's beyond our ability to destroy.
I mean,
I gotta throw a couple little firebolts at it just to prove like it does nothing.
The magic itself just bends around it and dissipates.
Hilarious if it broke.
Clang, clang, clang. Oh shit! You broke it.
Yeah. So what does it look like when I shoot a firebolt at it then? Like it just disappears or it like swoops off?
No, so it like goes, like the fireball travels and then it goes and kind of arcs around it and then fizzles out. It travels because
out for a while just to amuse myself. I'm like, guys, look how cool this is.
Yeah, every time you do it, and it just kind of arcs and fizzles. Like it keeps a good 3 or 4 inches away from the closest ring. Like just.
So my thinking is, as I'm throwing firebolts,
Mm-hmm.
we can't destroy it, and we seem to be stuck here. We might as well use it, and hopefully we kill whatever this takes us to. Hopefully.
I want to get back to that engine and kill that. I thought that was the whole thing. Just kill that engine.
This is where Calisor will pipe in and say, "Was that even the engine?" I feel.
A lot
Did we
of
go in the wrong
tortured trolls
direction?
to not be the engine.
Grant religion check. Oh, I don't actually have a religion check for him. Calisor religion check. And
Disadvantage. He'll guide himself. Though.
Yes. Yeah. And then I guess anyone that's proficient in religion, you can roll me a religion check. That's what I should say. Yeah.
27 with a nat 20.
Okay. Cool.
Nice.
All right. I'm gonna have some.
Total.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna have some good religion checks. Those of you that are above 20, for sure. Rock, it's a little like it's weird, right? Why there's so many trolls? Why the blood? Why this? You're still trying to pick those pieces together. Um, but yeah, the Grant and Yarsi, you have this weird moment where you guys kind of look at each other, and
I
the
have ritual ready.
yeah the
What ceremony you mean?
yeah
Ceremony, right.
yeah.
God.
And yes, you guys just need to get married in this moment. No,
Big spoon.
interesting. The the symbols of your god deities and all that, they both kind of just, they're apparent. Like Grant, you look at Yarsi and you see, the symbol of the Shepherd of Fate, and then Yarsi, you look at Grant and you see his symbol of the 11-pointed star and that of the Lawbearer. And you both come to the same conclusion roughly at the same time, that the trolls are, the fact that they are unable to die, it's creating that potential bridge, that tether, that connection to the unformed maze. The blood and that is for something, maybe for that as well, as it is different, but then why did the blood go all the way down the tunnel, the slits on the column? Something doesn't completely add up, but even with that natural 20 ERC, like the trolls themselves, their state is what is creating that atmosphere that is allowing, from what you understand from Rock, to create that bridge, that portal, or whatever it is, to go to the unformed maze. And since you have that affinity with an undying patron, hey, what do necromancers want to know? They want to know how to cheat death. They want to know how to stay alive forever.
So if you die and your spirit goes to the unformed maze and you have a door to get back in, is that the idea? Maybe. Sorry,
Possibly.
that's out of character.
That I understand. But
Yes, we do. I mean, yes, they do.
and yeah, I guess one other thing, I'll give this to you, ERC, just because you rolled the natural 20. Just because you die doesn't mean that, you know, it's unclear what travels, what memories, what experiences, what knowledge travels beyond that point. Who knows what you could learn on the other side?
Yeah, but once you go there, you're not supposed to come back.
Yeah. But how do I put it? Yeah.
I mean, the shepherd is supposed to help carry us into the maze and help guide us there. Feels like this is a perversion of what the shepherd's regular purpose.
Is that the temple that we were in? This is
Ding,
in
ding, ding,
character.
ding, ding.
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yeah, we're in an ancient shepherd's temple.
That's been like screwed up for all sorts of weird dumb shit.
For some, yeah. And maybe it wasn't even the hags that screwed it up. They just have stumbled upon this thing.
Yeah, for all we know, that math jaw lady did it.
Oh, right, that family, that ancient
Elsa
family.
Elsa Weir, I think.
Elsa Weir Methshaw, the daughter of the chosen of this shepherd. Yep.
Yeah, she seemed like the
adopted daughter.
kind of crazy weirdo that would do this.
We can't. I mean, it's good that we're here. We have to figure out how to break apart all of this. The trolls up there, whatever kind of unholy gate.
So
into
wait,
the
could she be there? Like, could we open this up and she be on the other side?
her spirit could be, maybe her body even.
Yeah, right. Like,
there's no rules or anything that we know of what an actual physical being going into the maze could be. I mean, the stories are just tell us it's our spirits, anyways.
Adam, Yarsha just had a weird possible pop in his head. How do we know what realm we're in right now because of what we fell through? Are we still in the same realm that we were in, or have we already passed through?
Interesting thought. You honestly don't know. How could I answer? How could you figure that out?
DM says that's how. I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, I'm just trying to think.
I touch Yancey. Does my finger go through him?
No, you guys are fine. So yeah, Yarsi, as you're looking, everyone here is corporeal. Unfortunately, there are no signs that give you an obvious way to discern this. You've seen Rock's magic; it seems to work here. You've seen, your allies healing each other. It seems to work here. Uh, you're not feeling a strange atmosphere in any way. The only real weird thing for you, especially, is that your vision is being obscured in the tunnel. And even with the gift that was given to you by your patron, it still seems to be kind of, for the first time probably in your entire existence since you've gotten this gift given to you, that it's been tampered with. Um, there's air. You guys are breathing. I don't know. There's nothing that you can really pull from, unless if you could think of something that might give you some sort of hint or a clue to tell you what plane of existence you're on.
Come on, Adam. Are we in the Matrix or not?
Out of character, if the unformed maze is supposed to be similar to the Shadowfell. I know in Shadowfell, like everything has kind of this lethargic feel.
Sure.
Which we wouldn't have here if we weren't in that sort of thing. If it's the same thing in Materia, I don't know.
It's similar. I mean, I'm inspired by. You're not feeling tired or something. I mean, you're feeling exhausted and it's beaten from the day.
But that's just from the day. Yeah, fair
That's
enough.
normal. That's just Sunday for us.
Well, I will impart that information, but I'm also going to let Grant know. I'm not sure if you're familiar with people like myself, but we get gifts from our God, and there's something interfering with that gift right now.
Even though it could be that the temple is. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. Are your abilities, your powers, are they functioning properly? Do we want to test this out before we end up in another fight?
Yeah, I'll try doing false life.
It works. Go ahead and roll it. I use slot invocation, so you get what, 7 maximum plus 7 on that, so you get your whole 14. Oop.
Nice. Okay.
Magic seems to be working.
Okay.
But I'm also on this side. I can't see as normally in the tunnel, so it may just be the tunnel.
Okay. So there could be some. Yeah, and the light from Davis's glaive and from my shield couldn't pierce through whatever was going on in the tunnel too.
Yeah, it was significantly. It was at least cut in half, if not more.
Just said it real quick. Does my glaive doesn't actually give much light, I don't think, right?
5 feet bright, 5 feet dim.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think it was like a torch. I just thought it just
No.
happened to have the kind of the green glow as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can normally see 120 feet no matter what it is, even if it's magical. And right now, I can't see that.
Yeah, I can usually see pretty far too. It's really dark.
But you were able to see just fine around the room. Like in here, you can see okay, right?
Yeah, I can see fine in here.
I mean, it's a little dim in the middle, but yeah.
My particular sight allows me to be able to see just like Davis does, but also if it's magical, I can see through magical darkness. Like when I cast a darkness spell, I can see through it.
Oh yeah, your buddy did that once. It was super cool. Like on our little drift globe thing that we've got floating around, which may or may not be out on our, I don't know, but he's seen it, I'm sure.
Actually, do need to drop Drifty in here. Forgot.
Yeah, he made our little drift globe like a instead of a big light, he made it a big dark spot. It was really cool. It actually helped us a lot.
Yeah, you could see through one of Dragnar's crazy dark clouds, even.
Yes, I can see through any kind of magical darkness that I know.
Like nothing could see through that. That's awesome.
Oh, what he doesn't know won't hurt him.
Yeah, I mean, he was never the smartest guy.
That is true.
So what do we think about this tunnel then? Should we
I thought Al was doing his little
maybe
hut, and we were gonna
we're
go
gonna
take a
block
poke.
it off with the hut, right? That's the
Oh.
plan for now.
I like how the hut isn't like a music; it's just home.
Just
I was
no,
just picturing him just
sorry.
like take
I
me
was trying
home.
Yeah,
Control
tiny hut,
Yeah,
where we belong.
exactly.
and nobody else can come.
That's your tiny hut song. Come on, man.
Into the tunnel, Mountain Mama.
Yeah. And it just echoes.
The acoustics in here are great.
The acoustics in here are great. They're great. Are great.
So,
All right.
Adam, I've been fooling around with light on this stupid thing.
Sure.
Can I? Is there? I'm like trying to like see if I can get light in it or around. So way where it like focuses, kind of like a lighthouse, and just shoots a beam out. If I do anything with it.
Cal definitely still has his little fidget spinner out this whole time, by the way.
Yeah, it's just going nuts. Say that
Well,
one more time. Yeah, I'm trying
What
to
I'm
figure out
trying
what
to
you're
do
doing.
is like I'm just fooling around with like so I've got light. I've got light cast on my staff.
Mm-hmm.
Between that and the torch, and I'm just trying to see if there's a way I can get like the light to focus coming out of this thing in like a kind of like a beam.
You can give me a because you got to touch this thing to. Are you touching it or not? That's I guess what I need to know.
Yeah, I would do. I'm
You just want-
trying to
okay.
figure it out. So yeah, I'm touching it and sticking things in it, and yeah.
Yep. You can.
Hey now.
Yeah.
Buy dinner first.
I mean, range self down. You can give me a because you're actually tinkering with this thing. I guess that could be another investigation check, honestly.
Cal can guide you.
Okay. Marv is just kind of observing and just kind of taking in what you guys are doing.
11 total.
With the guidance?
Oh, with guidance. No.
Add a d4.
With the 14 total.
14. There is, from what you can tell, and you even like get Marb and Cal are kind of helping, and you guys are moving some of the rings and trying to line them up to like create like a backdrop or something like a concave to focus. Nope, this thing doesn't seem to be designed to focus light.
Okay. I just wanted to see if I could get it to focus to like shoot down through the doorway, and then at least let the guys explore a little bit of special light. But okay. I'm gonna continue to fool around with it then.
Okay. So Al, you are able to at this point set up the hut. Is it 10 feet, 20 feet across? Right?
Yeah, I think 10 diameter.
Yeah.
10
so
radius.
say-
Should be 10 radius.
Sorry. I'm gonna say yeah.
So that
10 radius.
roughly would be the hut.
Cool.
I mean, you could move it in if you want to, like that. There you go. You boys have a hut.
Nice.
There is a little bit of a walkway on one side.
You said you were going to give us inspiration?
Yay.
Okay.
So definitely, we'll have to start doing that. I can say about that. So I'm gonna sit in the in this magic igloo while y'all are out.
Yeah, you
I'll
have to.
I'll be right here, trying to look at y'all.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Al, you're not. You leave and it collapses.
Darcy, how do you go to the bathroom?
Pick a corner.
Ah, shit.
Pick a corner of the circle.
Mm-hmm. So I
The one in the
guess
dark room.
because I'm kind of curious, Al. This is the first time you've cast your hut. What's it like? I mean,
Oh,
it's got very few. It's very limited. But how does it look when it manifests? And
Yeah, by the way, Rock requested this side be totally dark
ooh.
because he doesn't want to see into the spooky tunnel. Or I don't know if can you make it look like a nice fireplace or something for him? I have no idea.
Because they'll opaque from the outside, right? And then you can see outside. No problem. Yeah. Outside looking in, it's opaque. Inside looking out, you you can just see, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can
Okay.
also choose what color opaque it is too.
Yeah, yeah. Since rocks are dark black with a tint of red, it's just barely there,
Okay.
but the light definitely catches it.
Gotcha. All right. So yeah,
On
you're.
the right angle, you actually can't see. Doesn't block the tunnel too much because the tunnel's so dark too.
Well, there you have it. That's
Look
what
at
you
it from the
see.
perfect angle. There's actually a picture of Al's face. Just like one angle out of the tiny little spot.
Oh, look at that grin! I love it.
Yeah. Cool.
Did you want to go check out the tunnel a little bit, URC? Just poke in there.
All right. Real quick, as the tunnel manifests, because it's been about an hour and a half, we'll go ahead and take or 2 hours. We'll go ahead and take a break. Let you guys kind of digest the situation. The hut is there. Marb, Rock, and Cosler continue to investigate the relic and try to understand it, while the rest of you are going to be on tunnel duty.
Okay.
Cool. All right.